it requires a high degree of an intentionality in the rebuilding of trust process, because it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen by happenstance. Time does not always heal it, because there are things that have to happen in order for the brain to be able to move forward in that discussion. So with that, Phil, knowing that accountability is a big part of trust and rebuilding it, how can leaders or partners show accountability in a way that helps the brain begin to trust again?
So the first thing is, and again, so I'm going to come from the point of view that it was me that violated the trust. The very first thing is apology. And I think we've talked a little bit about a guy called Randy Pausch. Our listeners, our BrainWise listeners who are not experienced with Randy Pausch, he was, and I think this is probably 10 years ago now, I can't remember exactly, but he was diagnosed with, I think, duodenal cancer or gastrointestinal cancer of some sort. And basically, he knew that he'd only got 2 or 3 months to live. So he was a lecturer at the university, and he chose the specific time when he gave his last lecture. And it was like, it wasn't a lecture about his topic, it was a lecture about life. And it's a pretty powerful lecture. During that lecture, he talks about the need, we all need to learn how to apologize. And he does it so well, because he said, when you're in the process of making an apology, only an A will do. Nothing else will suffice.
Right.
And so he was putting it in that terminology. And he gives some examples about saying, I'm sorry, but the reason why it happened, or I'm sorry, however.
Fancy butts, as we call them. The butts and tuxedos, Phil.
The butts and tuxedos. That's exactly right. So none of that. Basically, it's what I did, and he divides it into 3. What I did was wrong. I feel bad that I hurt you. What can I do to improve or make it better, or whatever has to happen next? And so those are 3 fairly easy ones to remember. And that's very often the first thing to do is, and it's in some ways, it's what you said just now, it's taking accountability. Taking accountability for that first step and apologizing.